Liquid metal forced into a tight geometric space at extreme velocity creates an incredibly intense kinetic and thermal environment. This process is aluminum high-pressure die casting, or HPDC. It serves as the manufacturing backbone for complex, high-volume industrial components, like engine blocks and pump casings. The appeal of the process is straightforward. It delivers precise dimensional accuracy and massive scalability at a speed few other production methods can match. But this efficiency is routinely halted by a specific, recurring failure. It's called the soldering defect, and it happens when the cooled metal simply refuses to release from the mold. On the factory floor, operators often diagnose this as a mechanical snag, assuming they just need to apply more physical lubricant to grease the die surface. Soldering represents a catastrophic metallurgical bonding event driven by profound chemical changes at the surface boundary. Treating it as a simple lubrication failure guarantees that the hardware will repeatedly degrade. To actually save the die, you have to look past the physical machinery and understand the underlying chemistry. If we zoom away from the factory floor down to the microscopic interface, we can see exactly what happens where the hyperheated liquid aluminum makes contact with the hardened steel die surface. In its molten phase, aluminum is highly reactive. It actively seeks out other elements to form stable chemical bonds. When that liquid aluminum presses directly against the rigid iron matrix of the steel tool, the conditions for a reaction are set. The two distinct metals immediately begin to fuse, reacting to form an entirely new layer at the boundary, an aluminum-iron intermetallic compound. This new intermetallic layer is exceptionally hard. It acts as an unbreakable metallurgical anchor, locking the casting directly to the die. This chemical phase change explains why traditional release agents fail. The intense chemical affinity between the aluminum and the iron instantly neutralizes a simple physical lubricant. With every casting cycle, the die systematically welds itself to the aluminum part. Stepping back to the macroscopic level, we can examine how the HPDC machine acts as a catalyst for this microscopic reaction. The extreme velocity of the injection creates a kinetic impact that violently strips away any protective boundary layers originally applied to the tool. Simultaneously, the intense injection pressure forces the liquid aluminum deep into the microscopic pores of the steel, maximizing the surface area available for a chemical reaction. This graph charts the reaction rate of aluminum and iron across different temperatures. The curve remains relatively flat until the molten metal temperature crosses 700 degrees Celsius, at which point the reaction kinetics shift rapidly and the intermetallic bonding spikes exponentially. Uneven thermodynamics within the die block compound this problem. Areas that fail to cool properly become localized hotspots, serving as direct ignition points for soldering. Differentiating soldering from a cold shut highlights the specific nature of this defect. Cold shuts involve a failure to fuse, while soldering is a result of aggressive over-adhesion. And unlike porosity, which is simply trapped gas creating voids within the part, soldering represents a direct metallurgical phase change at the surface. The HPDC process provides the exact combination of heat, kinetic impact, and pressure required to force a latent chemical affinity into a rapid, destructive bond. Beyond temperature and pressure, the composition of the injected aluminum alloy itself acts as a hidden trigger for the defect. The problem often accelerates when manufacturers utilize an aluminum alloy with an exceptionally low iron content. This sets up a dynamic of elemental stealing. The iron-starved liquid aluminum actively extracts and pulls iron atoms directly out of the adjacent steel die wall to chemically stabilize itself. Mechanical design flaws in the mold will compound this chemical theft. Sharp corners and incredibly thin dissections disrupt the smooth flow of the metal. This disruption creates localized pressure spikes that force the liquid harder against the wall, further enhancing adhesion. If the internal cooling channels are poorly designed, they will fail to dissipate these localized heat spikes, allowing the intermetallic reaction to sustain itself cycle after cycle. A soldering event indicates a complete systemic collapse across thermal, chemical, and mechanical equilibrium. All of these variables culminate in the final stage of the casting cycle, the forceful ejection of the part from the die. Because the metals have welded together, the sheer force of ejection leaves immediate physical damage. The casting will emerge with rough patches and an uneven surface finish where the bond finally sheared off. This creates a critical issue of dimensional inaccuracy. Layers of retained metal build up on the die, altering the precise geometry required to meet strict aerospace or automotive tolerances. On the tooling side, this constant stripping and welding inflicts cumulative damage on the H13 die steel, drastically reducing the operational lifespan of the mold. The physical damage translates directly to the balance sheet. Plants face skyrocketing rejection rates, crippling maintenance costs, and severe production bottlenecks as machines are taken offline for die polishing. Defeating soldering requires a holistic engineering strategy designed to prevent the intermetallic cycle before the very first atom has a chance to bond. It starts with strict thermal management. Operators must hold the molten metal temperature precisely between 660 and 680 degrees Celsius to keep the reaction kinetics flat. Next is a specific metallurgical countermeasure, intentionally increasing the iron content of the aluminum alloy before it is ever injected. By pre-loading the alloy with iron, you satisfy its chemical affinity up front, nullifying its need to steal iron atoms from the die wall. The mold itself requires rigorous surface engineering defenses, beginning with the baseline requirement of using high-quality, properly heat-treated H13 tool steel. Engineers can then apply advanced chemical barriers, like nitriding or applied ceramic die coatings. This creates a distinct barrier layer that physically blocks the aggressive molten aluminum from ever contacting the iron substrate below. Looking forward, defect prevention advances rapidly, utilizing vacuum die casting, advanced nanocoatings, and AI-based real-time process controls to instantly monitor and correct thermal spikes. High-yield manufacturing is rarely a matter of brute mechanical force. Preventing catastrophic hardware failure requires mastering the microscopic boundary layer, because ultimately it is chemistry that dictates physical success.